When you create your designs in Tinkercad, you absolutely need to pay attention to the measurements. So it's the measurements that determine how big your designs will print or how large they will be. So if I click on this design and click on these white boxes, I can see that I have a length of 134, and that's going to be millimeters, and a width of 30, again, millimeters. So I want you to think about this in terms of centimeters. So if you move the decimal space back one, that will tell you how many centimeters you have. So for example, my width instead of 30 millimeters will be 3 millimeters, and my length will be 13.4 centimeters. So let's look at a ruler to think about how big that is. So 13.4 centimeters is going to go to right here. So that's a pretty big print. And then 3 centimeters is right here. So you can see a width of 3. So typically I try to work with anywhere from 3 to 5 or 30 to 50 millimeters when I'm coming up with length, width, and height. Now let's also, and you also want to think about how practical that measurement is for what you're trying to create. Now, when you're putting a plate underneath something to help it print well, you also want to think about how tall that plate's going to be. If you click on the white square that's underneath the little cone, it'll tell you the height. So keep in mind, 10 millimeters is only 1 centimeter height. So I typically make most of my prints between 0.5 and 1 centimeter height, or 5 millimeters to 10 millimeters in height, usually closer to the 10 millimeters as I have here. So use a ruler when you're working. You can use an online ruler like I have, make sure it's an actual size, and pay attention to the size of your prints. Anything that's going much beyond 50 millimeters is starting to get time consuming to print, so keep that in mind.